welcome. I hope that you're all doing okay at home under the circumstances. So for this video, I'm going to keep it nice and short. It's going to be about 20 minutes long. It's going to take us through a variety of different positions that will hopefully help to support us, to help us feel nice and well in our bodies. It's suitable for most level of practitioner. So we're going to take our time to make ourselves as comfortable as we can. So if you have a pillow, that's great. If you have a blanket, that would be really lovely too. And we're going to come to lying on our backs if we can, just placing our head on the pillow, placing the blanket over the top of our body. And just take a moment just to allow yourself to settle in. You can have the legs outstretched, or you can bend the knees, place the soles of the feet onto the mat. Allow the inner knees to roll together and just pause in there for a moment, placing the hands onto the abdomen. And try to see if you can allow yourself to acknowledge your body, connecting to your breath. And you might like to now allow yourself to count 5 breaths in this position, beginning your count at 5 and working your way all the way down to 1. And if you lose count of your breath, you take yourself back to the beginning to start again. You're trying to allow the air to travel in and out of the nose, and you're giving the belly permission to move as you breathe. Allowing the abdomen to rise on the inhalation and fall on the exhalation. And as you pause here for these next few moments, just try to allow yourself to identify areas in your body that are feeling well and happy and vibrant today. And then take a moment to acknowledge any areas that are tight, that are sore, and really mind those areas as we go through our practice together today. And as we now near the end of our 5th and final exhalation, try to keep your breath as comfortable and calm as it is right now, as you begin to slowly and gently reintroduce movement back into fingers, back into toes, perhaps bringing some movement into the wrists and the ankles, into the elbows and the knees. Eventually, allowing the knees to draw all the way in towards the chest, interlacing the fingers and holding onto the shins, and just giving yourself a little rock from side to side. Once again, finding stillness in the center. And then you might like to remove your blanket if you were using one. You're just going to either gently roll yourself over onto the right hand side, come up that way, or you can cross your feet, one foot over the other, draw your chin in towards your throat, drop yourself up to sitting. And so you come all the way upright. You're going to immediately bring yourself into child's pose. You can have your knees together or your knees wide. You can have your arms in front or your arms behind. But see, can you give yourself permission to sink your hips towards your heels, your belly to your thighs, your forehead to the mat, and just take a moment or two here and now. And then we're going to reach the hands all the way out in front if they're not already there. We're going to press into the hands. Begin to allow the head to look forward towards the thumbs. Draw the chin in as you press into the hands and lift all the way up into all fours. And checking your alignment. So knees are underneath the hips, hands are underneath the shoulders, fingers are nicely spread. And then we're going to push down into the hands. Draw the chin all the way in as we round the upper back upwards, angry cat. And then we're going to allow the heart and the head to move down and forwards for happy cat. Continuing on with 2 more rounds at your own rhythm and your own pace. Just trying to find a nice steady flow for yourself. And whenever you've finished your final one, then see if you can gently bring your hips all the way back towards your heels into child's pose. And from your child's pose, then pressing into your hands, straightening your elbows, lifting back up. Chin is in, round the upper back upwards, grip the mat with the toes. Lift the knees, the hips move high, the heels move low as you bring yourself into downward dog. You might like to bend your knees and raise your heels a few times just to gently warm up through the backs of the legs, until eventually you possibly allow the heels to descend towards the floor. And then once again bending the knees and raising the heels, allowing the head to look in front as you move the shoulders forward over the wrists, work the knees to the mat, bring the hips back to the heels, press into the hands, straighten the elbows, lift up, step the right foot forward between the hands, push into the right foot, knee above ankle, back so the wrists come together, reaching the arms forwards and high, and then drawing your hands towards your heart, pressing your hands in front and feeling that upper back round. Gently begin to sweep your hands down and back, armpits squeeze together, chest begins to lift. Bend the elbows, arms press out to the side, bring your hands together, raise your arms up. Take the right hand down to the outside of the right hip, reach the left arm over and across. You wiggle the fingers, the neck comfortable, push into the right foot, reach the lower hand all the way up. And try to squeeze the right heel into the midline as you gently begin to twist the belly, the chest and the shoulders to the right. Reach the left hand behind and the right hand in front. Pausing and breathing there. Rotate the palms, turn the head to look to the front as you bring the hands together. Unravel the belly, the chest and the shoulders. Bring the palms towards the heart. Move the belly to the front thigh. Work the fingers to the floor. Grip with the back toes, raise the back knee. Pause. Right hand to the inside of the right knee. Begin to walk your hands towards the long side of your mat to the left as you turn the right toes to the left. Turn the left toes to the back of your mat. Swivel on the back toes, raise the back heel. Work right knee to the floor. Left knee above the ankle. Back so the wrists come together. Reaching the arms forwards and high. Work your thumbs towards your heart. Press your hands in front. Feel that grounding. Sweep your hands down and back. Feel that opening. Bend the elbows, arms press out to the side. Bring your hands together. Raise your arms up. Take the left hand down to the outside of the left hip. Reach the right arm over and across. Check you can wiggle the fingers, the neck can move. Face is soft. Push into the left foot as you reach the lower hand up. And then squeeze the left heel into the midline as you begin to open belly, chest and shoulders to the right. Reach the right hand behind and the left hand in front. Rotate the palms. Turn the head to look in front, bring the hands together, unravel, belly, chest, shoulders, thumbs to the heart, belly to the front thigh, fingers to the mat, grip with the back toes, raise the back knee. And take the left hand to the inside of the left knee, begin to walk the hands towards the long side of your mat to the right, as you swivel around on both sets of toes now turn forward to the front, flatten the hands. Step the right foot back to meet the left, drop to the knees, wiggle them a little further back, and then begin to glide your shoulders forward of your fingers. Bend your elbows back, hover all the way to the mat, belly and chest. Press into the baby toenail side of your feet. Press into your pubic bones as you raise your hands. Pausing and breathing, armpits squeezing back towards the hips, neck is free, hands release. Forehead releases. Roll the fronts of the shoulders forward. Think angry cat shape of spine. Press into your hands. Press into your knees. Straighten your elbows. Stay looking down your back as you lift to fuller half plank. Grip with the toes. Raise the knees. Hips high. Heels low as you bring yourself all the way back into the downward dog. Bending the knees and raising the heels a few times. And then eventually, when you're ready, you might like to bring your big toe joints to touch. Heels slightly apart. Lift up your right foot. Push out through your right heel. Bend your right knee. Pick up your left heel as you move your shoulders forward over your wrists and step your right foot forward between your hands. Can you bend into your back knee now? Push into your front foot. Back so the wrists come together as you lift your arms forwards and high into your high lunge position. Then work your hands to your heart. Move your belly to your front thigh by straightening your back leg. Plant your fingers to the floor. Pull back with your left fingers as you work right hand to right shoulder, and then gently begin to twist belly, chest and shoulders to the right, reaching the right hand all the way up into the air. Make sure the neck is comfortable. Right hand to right shoulder, turn the head to look down, unravel. Pull back with the right fingers as you work the left heel to the floor. Have a look at your left heel, it's at a 45-degree angle. Try to scoop your right hip in behind your right knee, feel your spine get nice and long as you work left hand to left shoulder. Then you're twisting belly, chest and shoulders to the left. Reach the left hand all the way up into the air. Find a balance, pausing and breathing there. And then see what it would feel like for you to swing the left hand all the way up and back. Right hand moves in front. Warrior two. You're gazing forward over the front hand middle finger. You're stretching the mat between the 2 feet. Then you're going to take your hands onto your hips as you turn your right toes all the way to the long side of your mat. Turn your left toes to the front of your mat. Bend your left knee. Open your hands into warrior two. Pausing and breathing there. Push out through the back heel. You're gazing forward over the front hand middle finger. And then if you can, you're going to sweep your right hand down by your right heel. Swivel on your back toes. Right hand moves to meet the left. Raise your arms up. Pull your front ribs in. Then work your hands to your heart. Move your belly to your front thigh by straightening your back leg. Work your fingertips to the floor. Pull back with your right fingers. Lengthen your spine out over your big toe. Work your left hand to left shoulder. And then gently twist belly, chest and shoulders to the left. Reach the left hand all the way up into the air. Pausing and breathing there. Left hand to left shoulder, turn the head to look down, unravel. Pull back with the left fingers, drop the right heel to the midline. Work right hand onto right shoulder, left knee over ankle. And then you're twisting belly, chest and shoulders to the right. Reaching the right hand all the way up into the air. Pausing. Right hand to right shoulder, turn the head to look down, unravel all the way back. Swivel on the back toes, raise the back heel. Walk the left hand to the inside of the left knee. Begin to walk your hands to the long side of your mat as you swivel around on both sets of toes. Turn both sets of toes forward now to the front of your mat. Flatten your hands. Press into your hands as you step your right foot all the way back to meet your left. High plank. Push out through the heels. Push down through the hands. Chin is in. Crown of the head is moving forward. Glide the shoulders. Forward of the fingers. Bend the elbows back. Push out through the heels. Chaturanga Dandasana all the way to the floor. Relax the tops of the feet onto the mat. Can you interlace the fingers behind the back? Can you roll the shoulders down and back? Can you look forwards if that's comfortable for your neck? If not, stay looking down. Maybe lifting your thumbs away from your bottom, pressing into the baby toenail side of your feet. Relax your thumbs, relax your forehead. Take your hands back either side of your lowest rib. Roll the fronts of your shoulders forward. Use your knees or not. As you begin to stay looking down or back, press into the hands, straighten the elbows, lift to fuller half plank. And from there, right back into downward dog. Finding your balance, bending your knees and raising your heels until eventually you take your time to press down into your hands. Begin to roll forward onto the tops of your feet. Walk your feet forward. Begin to drop your hips down towards your heels as you cross your feet. Work your bottom to the mat, and then see that if you can gently allow your knees to come all the way in towards your chest. Hold on to your elbows if you can in front of your shins. Draw your chin in, peel your heels up, peel your toes up, closing your eyes and just finding a little balance there. Relax your shoulders, soften your face, and then eventually work your toes and your heels all the way back down. Take your hands behind you, fingers face forward. Walk your feet so they come as wide as your hips. Roll the fronts of your shoulders forward, press into your hands, press into your feet. Squeeze through the inner thighs, begin to hover your buttocks. And then swing your hips forward towards the backs of your knees. Stay looking towards the navel or maybe towards the ceiling if you're more comfortable. See how you go. Pausing and breathing there. And then eventually as you look back towards your belly, you slowly begin to release your bottom all the way back down onto the floor. And then you're going to take your time now to stretch your legs all down in front of you, peel your palms and your wrists up, interlace your fingers, just gently rotate your wrists, same on the other side, and then making a little wave if you can. Now you have two options to keep the legs straight, or you can work the soles of the feet to the mat, so you choose which one works best for you. And to make sure that as you do this, you try your best not to allow your either feet or your legs to lift. Reach your hands in front, draw your chin in, try to sit up nice and tall, and then when you're ready with your chin all the way in, you're going to slowly lower yourself all the way to the floor, taking your time. And once you've come all the way down to lying on your back, Then you're going to plant your hands as you bring your knees in towards your chest. Make sure that your neck is comfortable as you do this. And with your knees into your chest, just notice the lower back is fully flush to the floor. And as you press your knees now away from your chest, try to still keep that lumbar spine flattened out against the mat. Press the palms of the hands onto the ground. And then if you can, you might like to press the soles of the feet up into the air. If that's too much for you, you can keep your knees over your hips and press the soles of your feet out away from you. So just see which one you'd like to be in. And you're pausing and breathing there. And then if you wish, you might like to, on the next exhalation, draw the chin in towards the throat, lift the head and shoulders, begin to hover the hands just off the mat. And you're just trying to find a balance there, relaxing as much as you can and breathing comfortably into the belly. One more breath before you slowly release the shoulders, head and hands all the way back down. Then bend the knees and bring them all the way in. Cross the feet one foot over the other. Roll the chin in and slowly rock yourself all the way up to sitting. And you might like to take your blanket or your cushion again now, so that you can sit your bottom off upon it. And then you're going to cross your feet any way that's comfortable for your body. If you don't like legs crossed, you can have your legs out. And just think about positioning your shoulders directly above your hips. Think about closing your eyes and lengthening your spine. And then if you like, you're going to bring your hands together in front of your chest. Pause in there for just a moment. And then when you're ready, you're going to reach your hands all the way out in front of you. Turn your palms to the sky. Bring your thumbs towards your palms and curl them around. Open your fists all the way out away from each other. You're going to roll your shoulders in as you move your arms back behind. Bend at the elbows, turn at the wrists as you bring your fists all the way out in front. And then pull your fists all the way back in towards your navel as you roll your shoulders in. Back so the wrists come together. Release the fingers, draw them in towards the collarbones, allow the elbows to touch, reach the arms forwards and high, and then opening the hands all the way away from each other. And catch the index finger and thumb as you roll wrists, elbows, shoulders and spine in, back so the wrists come together, fingers work in towards the belly, they draw all the way up towards the heart, and then it's an offering of yourself out beyond yourself. Sealing the gesture by bringing the hands and the thumbs to touch. Working the thumbs all the way in towards the heart and counting 3 breaths there if you can. And whenever you come to the end of your third and final exhalation, you have the option to stay upright, or you can of course come to lying on your back in Shavasana. Using whatever propping that you need to make yourself more comfortable. And just giving yourself this time to settle. 3 to 4 minutes of letting go. And just sensing the body, the mind, the breath. And to know that they all need to work together in harmony to create a person that feels balanced, a sense of equilibrium. Please feel free to stay for as often or as long as you wish. But for now, I will say thank you so much for joining me. Namaste.